Hello again. Welcome to this new video in which I'll be talking about performance evaluation, the present perfect simple, past continuous, describing graphics, statistics, and trends. Statistics. That's good. So first of all, let's start with performance evaluation. I included some vocabulary, the same as in the previous videos. They are divided into nouns and adjectives and also verbs. So let's go with nouns and adjectives. When we make or we yes, when we make a performance evaluation, it's because we are testing how the production or how the behavior or what the person did during the year. Um, so th- we need to focus on the positive behavior of the person. Sometimes we have to say things, we have to tell them things that are not good because they haven't done things well or whatever reason. But please try to do it in a professional way, always talking calmly, always trying to establish a good rapport with the person you have in front of you. So they will be paying attention to their reputation. Here, you can ask them if they were socially responsible. You can talk about the environmental performance. Yes. The workforce diversity. This one has to do with different people working at the company. The safety record, being them productive, proactive, and means I don't know if you know, but proactive means that you do things without being asked to do them. Areas of improvement, once you have the general picture of their performance, you will see what the weaknesses were. So you will tell them, hey, listen, you need to work on your I don't know, skills in management or management skills, or you need to work um, on different things. Okay, but you will see the areas of improvement once you have the general picture, and then you have dependability. So here I included the verbs, and I also added some pieces of advice. Verbs: achieve sales targets. This is when you've got a company, sorry, when you've got a group. Yes, when you're in charge of a group, when you are a team lead, for example, you have to achieve sales targets. And not only you as a group, not only you as a team lead, but your group has to achieve sales targets. Manage costs, perform well, and prioritize. Well, these are all general verbs, but here I've written some recommendations. The first one: be specific. Use concrete examples and evidence to support your assessments rather than generalizations. Listen, I will give you an example. Listen, Matias, at the very beginning of the year, you have made this, and this mistake as regards your sales targets. The number is not enough. Your problems with the people inside the company are many, okay? But be specific. Then focus on behaviors, what they do, how they perform. Describe observable behaviors and actions rather than making assumptions about personality traits. Yeah. Use positive language. This is what I've just told you. Frame strengths positively to acknowledge achievements and motivate further development. For weaknesses, use constructive language that emphasizes opportunities for improvement. So something that I do is to say something good, to say something bad, and to finish with something good again. So this is like a sandwich, okay? Good, bad, good. So the person will not feel bad. Yes. And finally, remove bias. Removing bias from reviews involves objectively evaluating employees' performance based on measurable criteria and avoiding subjective judgments or preconceived notions. So when you have a performance evaluation, you need to Um, Stop thinking with your heart. You need to pay attention to the needs of the company. And in case you have a system, that would be very good. Yes. Um, but you don't have to care if you have a good relationship with the person you are evaluating, if they are your friends or if they are recommendations. No, you need to be objective. Now, I'm going to discuss with you the present perfect. The present perfect is very problematic tense in English because students generally get confused with it. The present simple is a tense that refers to actions and situations which happened at an undefined moment in the past. We know they happened before now, but we don't know or are not interested in saying exactly when. Then we use it to express unfinished past, okay, that it can still happen today. And finally, when we mention the activity for the first time, whenever you mention something for the first time, you use the present perfect. Take that into action. Take that into mind. So, because I have always heard that in American English, I have heard that a lot. Uh, well, I included here the structure that you have to use with the present perfect. Um, First of all, use the subject. That's that you know that, and then you use have or has, and then you have the verb in the past participle. It means column one, column two, no, column three. Okay, and then you have the complement. The complement. What was the complement? The complement time and place. Okay? First the place and then the time. The time at the very end. In case you want to say no, you use have not or has not. And then you use the verb in the past participle. And finally, in case you want to make a question, you write have or has at the very beginning, then the subject, and then the verb in the past participle. For example, Patrick has finished his report. And then Patrick has not finished his report. In case you want to make a question, you will say, has Patrick finished his report? Remember that sometimes you've got more information about the actions, and that information uh, we call that information adverbs. Okay. The first one that has to do with the present perfect simple is already. We use it to mention that something finished before asking. Here I wrote, we use it to express that an action has been completed before now or earlier than expected. Okay, for example, you have to deliver, mm, no, you have to hand in an assignment at university and you have a time until next Friday, but you have it ready on Wednesday. So you can say, I have already finished my assignment, okay? Because you did it before the deadline. So, for example, Sarah has already cooked dinner. We are ready to eat. She finished before asking. Have you already called all the clients? You are very efficient. The person finished before asking. Yeah. Then you have yet. Yet is used mostly in negative sentences. We use it to express that an action has not been completed until now. Sometimes we can use yet in questions, in which case it means the same as already. For example, we haven't received the merchandise yet. Yet always at the end. Has Bill moved to his new apartment yet? Yet at the end. Then you have just. Just is used in affirmative and interrogative sentences And we use it to refer to actions and situations that have happened or been completed very recently in the past. For example, they have just returned from their trip to India. Has Martha just called? And then we have never, you know this word, never. Used in affirmative sentences to give them a negative meaning, we use it to say not once before this moment. For example, I have never eaten horse meat. I have never, I think. Then you have ever, if you want to make a question, yeah? Have you ever listened to electronic tango music? Um, this is generally using questions, okay, to talk about experiences. Have you ever done it? And then you can use it in negations. I haven't ever eaten horse meat. It's like you can say, I have never eaten, or you can say, I haven't ever eaten. I mean, it is better to say, I have never eaten. And maybe it will be easier for you just to remember that that ever is for questions. So let's make that generalization for you. Then you've got the other two that are for and since. For is used with a duration of time, a period of time, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 2 hours, 3 months, 5 years, whatever. Yes, but it's a period of time. For example, Morris has worked for the company for 6 months. This is a period of time, 6 months. And then you have since. Since is used in affirmative sentences. Well, not like that. I have seen it in many other types of sentences. But what I wanted to emphasize here is that we use since before a specific point in the past. Something happened in the past, and from that moment, that very specific moment, um, since that moment, something changed. Okay? For example, Maurice has worked for the company since December the 21st. Well, thank you very much just for listening to me once again, and I see you in the following video.